Inside this video, we're going to be comparing the Snooz to the Snooz Pro, and I'm going to give you the pros and cons of each, and I'll let you know which one I prefer after testing out both of these Snooz products. So without further ado, let's go ahead and compare the build quality between the two Snooz white noise machines. Now, when comparing the Snooz to the Snooz Pro, there are a couple of big differences between the build quality that I need to talk about that I think make the Pro a little bit better in this category. One of those is going to be that this outer shell here is removable and it kind of just slips around on the Snooz. But over here on the Snooz Pro, it is tied down, so it's not going to go anywhere when I move it. It just seems a little bit more professional and well put together. Another difference here is that to change the tone, it's going to be on the body of the Snooz. So you twist it back and forth to change the tone of the fan. Over here, we actually have a knob on the bottom of the Snooz Pro, and that's a little bit harder to change, but once you get the sound that you like to sleep with, you really don't need to mess with the tone at all. But this is a whole lot easier on the Snooz to change the tone. But I do like that this is one solid unit and you have a dedicated knob for the toning. As far as size goes, they look basically identical in size. You have the same power button, the same volume up and down button. So in that regards, they are the same. Now, one thing that will make the Snooz Pro a little bit better in my opinion is that it comes with a carrying case, and this carrying case is really nice. It easily fits the Snooz Pro inside, along with some extra space to store the power adapter. It zips up. It's gonna keep the Snooz Pro safe when you're traveling, so you can throw it in your luggage. You're not gonna have any issues whatsoever. I personally just think that that is a nice touch with the Snooz Pro that you don't get with the normal Snooz. Now I want to go ahead and compare the differences between the sounds of the fans inside of these two units. First off, let's go ahead and listen to the Snooz, and we're going to put it on the lightest fan noise that we can, and we'll have it on max volume. And that is what it sounds like. In my opinion, it does have a nice sounding noise, so let's go ahead now and compare it to the Snooz Pro. The Snooz Pro almost sounds a little bit more authentic on that lighter sounding noise, so this is going to give you more of that white noise sound. It just sounds a little smoother in my opinion. That's the Snooz Pro, and here is the Snooz one more time. Now let's go ahead and turn these all the way to their open position so the vents are completely open. This is going to give you the deepest sounding fan noise from both of these. This is going to be the Snooz. And this is the Snooz Pro. Now, when comparing those, I hear a little bit of a more motor sounding noise coming from the Snooz and a little bit more of a fan sounding noise coming from the Snooz Pro. Now, that could just be my opinion and my preference when it comes to white noise sounds, but I do prefer the sounds coming from the Snooz Pro a little bit more than the Snooz. And of course, you can twist these and turn these to the perfect sounding noise that you want to sleep with. So there is that ability to get the perfect sounding noise from either of these, and it really just depends on your preference and what sound you like better. When it comes to the app functionality and connectivity, it's basically the same for the Pro and the original Snooz. You can switch between your two devices. So right now I'm connected, but I could switch back to the other one and it will connect automatically, which will kick this one off and tell me that that is the active device. And from here, you can do a whole lot. You can turn it on and off. I can control the volume, so I could lower it, or I could raise the volume. I could also turn on and off the lights that are on top of both of the Snoozes, or I could turn on the night mode, which is going to kill the light so that even if I do touch this in the middle of the night, the light won't turn on. And I can also create a schedule of when the sound's gonna start. So I have it starting at 10 p.m. and I have it stopping at 6 a.m. And that almost acts as an alarm for me because when the white noise turns off, I'm more likely to wake up. So you can do that for both of the devices. The app is the same. Overall, at the end of the day, I love both of these machines. I think the Snooz and the Snooz Pro both give off really authentic sounding fan noises. They're both non-looping, so you're gonna get that constant noise that doesn't sound like it's an electronic soundtrack. I do think that the Snooz Pro is built a little bit better than the Snooz just because this is tied down, and I do love the addition of the carrying case for the Snooz Pro that you don't get with the Snooz. So those are two differences that I really take into consideration when making making my decision. When it comes down to the noise itself, it really is a personal preference. I personally find that the noise coming from the Snooz Pro sounds a little bit more authentic than the noise coming from the Snooz, but that's just my personal preference. You really can't go wrong with either of these machines, but I do think that the Snooz Pro is a little bit more polished, and if it was my choice, I would go with that one. Thank you so much for watching this video review, and I hope that it helps. If you're interested in more product reviews and product comparisons, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. My name's David, and I will see you guys when I release my next video.